Hello and welcome back to another edition of the DigiNinja Dealer Academy. Nope, what is today?
Sales Academy.
The DigiNinja Sales Academy. Today's show is all about sales. Every Tuesday, it is always all about sales. Today is a very special episode as we have a guest coming in. My co-host today is a sales expert, Joey Arbison. Some call him the professor. How's it going, Joey?
Well, how you doing, Billy?
Make sure you stay close to the microphone, Joey.
Okay.
You're a very well-spoken man and a professor, very astute-looking individual. Need to make sure that, we have all this fancy equipment. We have to take full advantage of it. Stay within a fist of the microphone.
Within a fist.
Okay, and talk right at it because it is important, isn't it, Smith? Now, Smith is pissed off today.
Why?
He does not have a microphone. We have another microphone right here. Now, when he completes the new studio, the multi-million-dollar, it didn't cost multi-million-dollars, but the productions that are going to happen in that studio behind us over here are going to be worth, and they're going to generate multi-millions of dollars.
Billions.
All right. That's something I want to talk about. If you got a pen and a paper over there, I can borrow, Smith. I didn't think I was going to need notes, but I am. This is a very special show. Today's show is brought to you by DigiNinja, the most effective website chat program in the entire world. Joey, have you had any experience with chat and chat services in the past?
I have.
Tell me your chat stories.
Chats are horrible.
Website chats are horrible.
Website chats are horrible. They're really, really bad. Most of them are bots. And robots that are talking to people, and they don't understand really what the people are asking. So they'll ask them repetitive questions that ends up just making the customer mad.
So when I was at the NADA, because as you know, I think you were there too. The Billy Merritt marketing, we've always had a very hopping happening. I like that word, hopping. We've had a very hopping and happening booth at NADA, Digital Dealer, and a lot of the expos out in Vegas and down in Orlando. Our booth is usually one of the most hopping places there.
It is.
Another hopping booth is I think it's Photo 360. I don't know the name of it, but I just remember the guy. He takes really good photos, and his shirt said, "Do you remember?
Classic.
You remember what his shirt said?
Yeah.
What did it say?
Your pictures suck. Mine don't."
That's right. That was his pitch to dealers. Your pictures, your website pictures suck, and mine don't. So that's basically our pitch about website chat. As a matter of fact, today's show is about sales, and quite honestly, we have positioned ourselves in the auto industry in such a wonderful position that really to sell lots and lots of events, all we have to do is answer the phone. And I was talking with Dale Childress Jr. on the show the other day, and he said money's in the follow-up. I said that this low-lying fruit is simply the gravy. So if the money's in the follow-up, then we have to get back on track of actually selling and following up and not being complacent with where we're at.
That's right.
But on a call that I answered my phone today, I had a dealer call me, and he said, Billy, actually he texted me. Okay. This is a dealer in Pennsylvania. I won't call his name, but this is what I mean by dealers are some of the toughest people in the world to do business with. They're bold. They're arrogant. I love them now. Trust me. I love a dealer. A dealer's calling me right now. Very important dealer. I'll have to call him back. Do I have hey, Felipe, do me a favor and call this dealer right here, please. Here, you can answer and take my phone. Tell him I'm on the show. Okay, so I can't read you the text the other dealer sent me, but I did have a dealer text me and say, Billy, I am showing a marketing company, an advertising company, I want to show them how you guys talk to customers because they sound like robots. And so I picked up the phone and called him. I said, Mr. Dealer, you're right. Most, and it was actually a chat service. he said that these are good guys and they're working with my chat and they just don't know how to talk to customers. I said, so they need to buy the book, The Art of Text Message Selling. He said, yeah, I told them that. And I said, okay. He said, is there any way I can show them how you guys talk to customers? Is you do in Facebook Messenger? Do you have an event going where I can show them? I said, look, man, you're right. We're very good at it. I said, but here's the problem. I got a problem. We have website chat and I don't want to train my competition.
Right.
And so can't help but listen to what kind of problem you're solving back there. So he was actually on a Zoom call with them and he said, how can I show them how you guys do it?
With the chat company.
He was with the chat company. I said, I don't mind showing you how we do it because you're right. We're better than them. I said, go to BillyMerritt.com. There's an icon down at the bottom. Actually, I gave him one of the car, a car dealership. Go to this car dealership, go down to the bottom. There's an icon. Looks like me there, a little avatar. Click on that and start talking to him. So I ran in here and we're always, rule number 2 is be fast.
Right.
I ran back here and I grabbed Casey. I said, make sure you're fast. So I told him on the phone, I said, you guys suck at this, but if you would see how we're answering it right here, you can learn how to do it. And that was, is Chan in here? Let's bring Chan in. Yep. You need a headset. You're okay. You got to get close to the microphone.
Within a fist.
What's going on, guys?
Get a little closer. Get a little closer. All right. So I'm going to talk about a couple things with you, Chan. Number 1, did you hear the sale? This is a show about sales. Are you interested in selling?
Absolutely.
Okay. You want to sell?
For sure.
You want to be a good salesperson? All right. What's some of the rules that Joey and I have talked to you about sales and how to be effective?
One of the ones that I hear you mention a lot is have a good attitude.
Mm-hmm.
I heard you mention be fast or you're dead.
Uh-huh.
Stop texting, stop and start calling is
Mm-hmm.
one that I can think of. There's a lot.
All right. Make sure you
Y'all hear me?
Make sure you stay close, within about a fist of the microphone. That's true. Okay. So did you hear the conversation between me and the dealer
This morning I did 30 minutes ago or so.
Slide forward.
I did. I heard it all.
You heard it all?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So, one of the things we talk about is making a big offer, and you're right. Attitude. I'll give you an A for attitude. You have a pretty good attitude. Okay. If you want to be effective, you have to learn to use rule number 1, which is in the book, which is what, Joey?
Make a big offer.
Make a big offer. So when you're talking, Joey's very good at selling to dealers. So if you're interested in selling to dealers, you need to pay attention. We're going to tell you how to do it. What's something that's very important about the big offer? Tell us how you use the big offer. Is it important when you're talking to a dealer, Joey?
Absolutely it is.
So tell us about attitude and the big offer.
You have to have a great attitude because dealers every day are called on by people that their attitude sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So they're called on by people that, hi, can I talk to the GM, please? And hi, I've got this to sell you, and I know you probably don't want it, but if you do want it, it's for sale. And you can hang up on me at any time. And dealers do this every day.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have a great attitude, you break through the noise of the market, and you distinguish yourselves apart from everybody else.
Mm-hmm. So, no, go ahead.
And then making big offers, doing the same thing. You've got to do something to catch their attention. And telling the dealer that you can help them sell, 50 cars this week will definitely get their attention.
Yeah. So that's telling them that you can help them sell 50 cars this week. That's a big offer. Tell me how you do that. I mean, what do you mean? How do you use that in an offer with a dealer?
Mr. Dealer, if I can help you sell 50 extra cars this week, additionally, besides what you already got coming in, would you give me a chance?
Okay. So Chan, you use the big offer when talking to customers. Now this is a lot harder talking to these car dealers. Have you had any experience talking to car dealers?
Yes, I have. The beginning of the year, I did a lot of cold calling, and it was the first time I'd ever tried to sell anything.
Uh-huh.
And not just saying this, I know the product that that I work for is a very successful, it's a great product that I've seen work.
Mm-hmm.
So knowing that, it gave me a little more confidence to talk to people, knowing that the product that I was offering was good. But at the same time, I found out very quickly that cold calling was very tough.
It is tough.
Most of the time, if I could get a GM on the phone, they were really busy. So it was kind of like I was kind of dismissed very quickly, and I got a lot of voicemails. So it was tough.
It is tough. So here's what you can do to fix that. Okay. First of all, you need to, what's our biggest enemy, Joey? Obscurity. Make sure you stay close to that microphone.
I'm closer.
Obscurity is our biggest enemy. So it's very important that you get attention. And what I use and Joey uses, I use Facebook. The show helps us get out of obscurity. We use emails. We use LinkedIn. You can start with those three. You need a list of dealers that you're emailing. And when you make your big offer, it has to be something that is appealing to the dealer based on what the dealer wants. You got to imagine that general manager, he's going to be busy at the first of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month. Mr. Dealer, let's face it, you're going to be busy every time we call you. So go ahead and give me 3 minutes. Make it 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes to show you how you can sell an additional 50 cars in 1 week. As a matter of fact, you don't even need me. I'll show you how you can do it on your own. Okay. So this dealer called me and said, will you show your competition how you do what you do? At first I said, no. I said, you know what? Put me on the phone. So I said, guys, go to BillyMerritt.com and type in. I said, type in, your chat sucks and you should be using my website chat. Well, this is my competition on the Zoom call. This just happened today. He typed in, Billy Merritt's chat sucks, and hit send. It came through to Casey. Casey, very fast, answered it, was very, and the dealers in the background, you have to be personal. You have to. I said, that's true, Mr. Dealer. And so what these things I was saying was very bold. You have to be bold when you're talking to a dealer. You have to be bold, and you have to be confident. And you admitted you're confident in the product. You know we have a very effective product. So when you're talking to these dealers, you have to be very assertive. Mr. Dealer, these guys, I told him, these guys, they suck. I said, how much are they charging? He said, how much is yours? I said, $2,900, $2,995. He said, oh, wow. I said, how much is theirs? He said, $500. Why is it $500?
It sucks.
It's worth $500.
It's not even worth $500, or he wouldn't be on the phone trying to teach them how to do what we do.
Right.
So he paid $500 to get this service where they're terrible at it, and the guys are on the Zoom call trying to defend themselves. There's no defense for it. They don't know the art of text message selling. He said, we can't just go straight for the appointment. And I said, so do you know that book, The Art of Text Message Selling, the avoiding the mistakes? Don't go for an appointment before you've made more than one offer. Mm-hmm. So do you see how selling is selling, Chan, when it relates to how we sell an appointment and how you can use the same rules to sell a dealer?
For sure. I mean, I think that those rules would apply to selling probably pretty much anything.
It will. Absolutely. Now here's a rule that I talk about. Here's some of the rules that I talk about very, very often. If you want to be successful in sales, you got to go back to the basics of just business, period. Show up early. What else, Joey?
Stay late.
Show up early, stay late. Be the best
dressed in the building.
So Joey, see, there's no such thing as coincidences. Who's the best salesman who's the best salesperson in this organization?
This guy,
Joey. So there's Joey. Jeremy, come by us right here. Thank you for the water, by the way.
That's a sweet koozie.
It is sweet.
Thank you.
It's the first time I've seen that one.
All right. Jeremy, he came in with his tie on yesterday. Jeremy looks good. I have on a polo and a cap today, and I'm not calling on dealers. But if I was focused on sales, which, by the way, I should be focused on every single day, you need to dress like the job you want. And I want to be the #1 chat provider in the entire country. So it probably behoove me to outdress Joey every day when I do my show. Now, you want to get to where Joey's at. I think it would behoove you to dress like Joey. So that, because you're selling, that's the thing that you guys, and I'm going to bring somebody else up here because I want to help my salespeople. You're selling every single day, every single minute of every day. You're selling something. You're selling. Jeremy's selling something the way he's dressed. He's selling me on something. He's selling the public on something. He's selling the everybody in the call center on something. Okay. Where is Paul? Paul's going to lunch.
Yeah, he went to lunch.
If Paul comes in today, you'll see how Paul's dressed today. Paul is selling something to somebody by the way he's dressed. Now, when we dress a certain way, we may not be openly saying, I really don't want your sales, but Chan, if you were super trimmed up, you're a great looking guy, very smart, very articulate.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, you are. If you were 100% committed to sales, you would understand that, hey, you got a great attitude, by the way. I'm not beating up on you. I'm helping you right now. You would say, you know what? I need to take advantage of every opportunity to get my name out there for a dealer to know me, because here's something that you may, you know it, but it's not at the top of your mind awareness. You are an expert at Facebook event sales. You're an expert at setting appointments with car dealers.
Absolutely.
What's that worth?
Millions.
It's worth millions. It really is. It's worth millions of dollars. So get in your quiet place, write down your goals, and ask yourself a question. I'm going to ask Joey right now. We want to listen to how Joey answers it. Hopefully there'll be a moral to the story. Joey, being an expert at text conversations and chat conversations is worth millions of dollars.
Yes.
So you believe that?
If not billions, yes.
Okay. If not, see, he's trying to get my thinking up to billions. And he has got my thinking up. So Joey 100% believes that it's worth millions, if not billions of dollars. Do you believe that?
I do.
Okay. If you believe that, now you got to take it. Now is when you have to take responsibility.
That's right.
And you have to look in the mirror now. I'm going to let you leave on this one right here. You have to look in the mirror and say, Chan, am I doing everything that I can do to get my millions of dollars? Am I showing up early? Am I staying late? Am I coming in and learning from Billy? Am I taking advantage of the training that we have on a day-to-day basis? Do I look, talk, and walk like I'm trying to get my $1 million?
Is that rhetorical?
No, you can answer it.
I mean, honestly, I would probably say no. I'm not doing everything that I can.
Okay, then that's fine. That's fine. Find that commitment, because here's the thing: you're young. And when I was young, it took me till I was 33 years old before I got it screwed on right. And then it took me another 10 years before it started really happening for me. So you're young. You got, but I knew it was worth $1 million, and this business has, the proof is in the pudding. That's right. Get us another ninja up here. Bring Felipe.
Felipe, you're up.
Smith's still pissed off. He doesn't have a microphone. He thinks this is his show.
Got headphones.
All right. Sit down, Felipe.
Sir.
Hey, you got to stay close to the microphone.
Close to the microphone.
Within a fist.
Within a fist.
There we go.
What's some rules that you know about sales?
Sales. I mean, you always agree with the customer. You never want to be disagreeing with someone. The moment you disagree is the moment you lose the sale.
Okay, that's very good. Joey, you agree?
Absolutely.
Okay, so explain that a little bit, Joey. Agree. Always agree.
You can win a small battle with a customer by telling them they're wrong, but in the long run, you're never going to get that sale because you've got to be on the customer's team. The customer needs to understand that you're in it together and that you're there to solve the problems. So by pointing the problems out but not giving them a solution, you're not doing anything.
Right. So let's see. You and I, we went to see a dealer in West Palm Beach. Beautiful dealership. Smith flew down there with us. He ate like $50 worth of food at the restaurant.
Like 2 grown men.
2 grown men. There's 3 grown men at the table, plus Smith. He ate more than he ate more than all of us combined. Anyway, we heard some objections there. We had a very smart guy. Here's the thing: when you're dealing with general managers, and you're dealing with owners, when you're dealing with owners of businesses, by the way, that's who you want to be dealing with.
Right.
That's why, people say, why don't you expand into trailers and RVs and this and that? We do some furniture stores because they're small. I'm sorry for all of you who are not in the car business. You don't spend enough money. Those car dealers, I asked the man, you got to be bold, Felipe. I asked the guy, I said, he was talking about the price of our event, $89.95 for the call center. Okay. He said, man, that seems like a lot. I said, what's your budget? I didn't ask him, do you mind telling me how much you spend on your budget? I looked at him. He's across the desk from me. And I wish Smith had got a picture of it or a video. I looked at him in the eyes and I said, what's your advertising budget? He said, well, here's another thing. You got to, when you ask a question, get the answer.
Yes.
I said, no. How much do you spend on advertising every month?
$70,000.
$70,000. I said, buddy, we have the best ROI there is. You're spending $70,000 and you want to talk about the price, and I'm priced at $89.95, So you have to be willing to ask hard questions.
Right.
And then you have to be willing to get the answers. But the objections we heard was price. So I didn't argue with him. I let it be known that I wasn't worried about discounting my price. It's worth more. Mm-hmm. It's worth more than we're selling it for.
Absolutely.
So, and that's something you can always say. If somebody talks to you about price, say it's only $89.95 and it's worth way more than that. Right? So he objected on price. It's too much, Joey. $89.95 is too much money.
I agree. It's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
It's a ton of money, but you're going to make way more than that back.
Absolutely. So I agree with you. $89.95 is a lot of money. It's a lot of money to anybody, even though you have an advertising budget of $70,000, and even though this is only about 10% of your entire budget, and even though you're probably going to make $100,000 of profit on the first day of your event, and even though you'll still have 4 more days after that to get your money back, I agree that $89.95 is too much. What were you thinking? Maybe $100 discount? Okay, we'll do it for $88.95.
Absolutely.
But it's worth way more than $89.95.
Plus the residual that's coming after the event even ends.
Yeah. See, Joey, he never stopped selling. He's trying to sell me on it right now. But here's something I learned from one of my mentors about price. He always got top dollar for everything that he sold. His cars, his trucks, his trailers, his boats, his tractors, his excavators, and all these things. Somebody started at number one is have a really nice product, have a clean product, a good looking product, a sharp product. That's why we made such an investment in this building. And number two, when somebody starts talking about price, just tell them it's worth more than that. There's something you can use in your negotiations right now that no sales trainer's ever told you before. When somebody says, "Oh, that's expensive." Yes, it is. I agree it's a lot of money, but it's worth way more than that.
That's right.
Can you do that?
I can do that. 100%.
Right. So and by the way, your mom commented earlier right here. So again, I know we had told you guys, giving condolences. You had a tough time, lost the head of your household over there. And that I'm sure that was tough, buddy. We love you. We're sorry about that, and just want to make sure that everybody knows that Felipe's back, and he's back in the game with a good attitude,
yes, sir,
and ready to rock and roll. Felipe, the little things matter. If you want to be, let me ask you this. In front of, there'll be thousands of people who watch this at some point. What's your goals? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
A millionaire.
A millionaire in 5 years? That's easy. Okay.
Yes.
That's easy. So other than money, because let me tell you this, it sounds cliche and we hear people say it. It's not about the money. It really isn't. It's about the freedom. Okay. So, you need to allow yourself to daydream and write down exactly what you want want your life to look at, and it'll actually start happening. You know, if you back it up with these rules and with massive
action. Yes,
massive
sir.
action. So what's it look like to you 5 years from now?
5 years from now is beachside somewhere, South Florida, possibly at the casino gambling. Make a lot of money, spend a lot of money.
He just wants to have a good time.
Work hard, play hard.
He just wants to have a good time. That's cool. Okay, here's going to be the fast track to get you there. How old are you?
25.
All right, 25. So at 30 years old, you're going to be there way before me. It took me 10 years to really work it out. Once I started at 33, and then the last 3 years happened really fast. So, you need to show up early.
Yes, sir.
You need to have a fresh cut, fresh trim.
Need a trim.
You need to dress like a millionaire. Now, look, there's a lot of millionaires who maybe, can dress however they want to, right? But you got to ask yourself, are you there yet?
No, nowhere near
so
Zuckerberg's level yet.
Then dress like you want that money. Dress like somebody that you would give $1 million to. You understand?
Sure.
Dress like somebody you give $1 million. Did you hear the guy ask me about to train our competition?
I did. I was overhearing that call. Yeah. Overheard it.
I also was very bold. I said, I tell you what, where are they calling from? And he said somewhere in Chicago or something. I said, well, I'll do this. I'll go gas up the Baron. I'll be at your dealership in 2 hours, and I'll bring 2 ninjas with me. We'll train your entire staff right there in the showroom for everybody to see.
It's a really big claim.
It is. He started laughing. He said, I like that. I said, just let me know. I can be there in 2 hours. You have to be willing to do crazy stuff if you really
nobody else will do.
Others aren't able to do.
That's
yes,
exactly. All right, so let's see who else we got back there.
Kevin,
bring Kevin Tinajero in here.
Kevin Tinajero. Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you. We got any comment? Well, I know you can't hear us. Can you read that far? Can you see that far, Joey? If you pull it up just pull it up on the screen.
That's way better.
Put some comments on the screen for JoJo. Read it, Joey.
Robert Brooker. I was going to say that it is what the studio enables. This is going to be incredible.
Yes. Next.
Dale Childress Jr. is the man.
Ken Walls is the man.
Ken Walls is the man.
Ken Walls is the man. Speaking of sales, Ken Walls works on our website, and we're actually hiring. By the way, if you know someone, let's make a video out of this, okay? Or a commercial out of this. Smith's earning his keep today.
Yes, he is.
With no microphone, he's mad about it. See, if I took my own advice, Kevin, I would be dressed like Joey, and I wouldn't be having to try to make myself look good for the commercial. So here's the deal. My name is Billy Merritt, and I have the most effective product in the car business. These are my team. This is my teammates right here. Kevin Tinajero runs this show. He runs this call center. Kevin, when chats come in, how do you guys talk to them? What's some of the things that you make sure your people are doing?
I make sure they have a good attitude first. Whenever they walk in, if you're sad, I will talk to you and make sure you are happy by the end of the day.
That's enough right there. We won't even go into the other 22 rules. There's 23 rules of the art of text message selling. Those 23 rules will work in Facebook Messenger. It will work in Instagram DM. It will work face-to-face. It will work on the phone. Joey Arbison is the head of sales, and he is actually the #1 salesperson in the country when it comes to Facebook events. Joey, what's some problems that you solve for dealers across the country?
Getting customers in.
That's the biggest thing. Every dealership wants more customers to come in. Now, we have a new product, and that's called the DigiNinja Chat. Some people call it the DigiNinja Chat widget, but that seems just a little bit long-winded to me. What does that allow us to do, Kevin?
It allows us to communicate with browsers, whoever browses your dealership website, and instantly, under 60 seconds, we can communicate with them, get them all the information they need, and then convert them into an appointment.
Now, Kevin, I was just on the phone with a dealer. I took a live sales call, and I came in and said, all we have to do is continue to be the best product in the business. And I just keep answering my phone, and we'll have plenty of sales. This guy actually had me on the phone training our competition. I said, that's no problem. We can show them how to do it. They're still not going to be able to do it as effectively as us because they're not bought into the process. So, Kevin, a little over 2 years ago, you came to work with me, and we talked about the importance of being fast, having a good attitude, making a big offer, sending information, and appointment-based selling. You've been through the training. You're level 3 now. Now you run the entire call center. You're the man in charge when it's time to get some appointments set. Do you think there's other companies out there that can do a job and set as many appointments as you and your team?
No, sir.
Okay, that's enough said right there. Man, a few words, but that's the commercial. Make sure we get that into a lot of dealers. Now, Kevin, we talked about a lot right there with the rules. Do you think it's important to look good when you're at work, when you're selling?
Yes, sir. It is.
Even though we're selling over through text message, generally you look good today. You got on a sweater. It's a little warm outside for me. Sweater. But Kevin every single day has on a button-up shirt. He's dressed to impress every single day. That sets the standard. At our Christmas party last year, Joey, do you remember what award Kevin won?
Most improved.
Most improved. And we had a joke because Kevin wasn't even sure what we did in the beginning. But I know there was a story behind that.
Yeah, there's a story behind it.
Okay.
You heard of the end details of it.
So I'll tell you the story real quick. There was Kevin was at the convenience store, and this girl behind the counter said, "Don't you work for Billy Merritt Marketing?" Kevin said, "Yep." She said, "What do y'all do down there?" I think she's wanting a job. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And Kevin said, "I'm not sure what we do." What's the story behind that?
Well, basically,
Make sure you stay close.
At the time we were not hiring, and I didn't want to get her hopes up because I know whenever I explain what we do, she's going to get excited. And then, she's seen what I was driving, so that's why she asked me.
What? I love that. What were you driving?
Charger Scat Pack.
Scat Pack. So, I'm in the car business, and I think it's very important to drive what you sell. You know what I'm saying? Or to support the business you're in. One mistake I see salespeople make, they'll be working at a Dodge dealership and they'll drive a 10-year-old Ford. Okay. And one mistake that I see a lot of people make is not investing in their own product. Now, you had that car before you were in the car business, but if you walk outside of our building right here, now I teach financial literacy, and I hope that I've made some impact on you and helped you out financially. But and normally a car isn't a great investment because it's going to decrease in value. But when you're making your living calling on car dealers, what should you do, Joey?
Buy a new car.
From who?
From one of the dealers you want to do business
with.
How
do you practice what you preach, or you just
I practice what I preach.
Tell me about it. What have you done?
Bought a 2019 Kia Optima
from the Kia dealer that runs with you.
That's right.
Okay, so it's very important. Kevin, it's important to look good, sound good. Now, let's talk about leadership, because to be a great salesperson, you need to have leadership. Now, you started as a text ninja, right? Okay. What did you know about the car business when you started?
Absolutely nothing. I knew how to buy a car. That's about it.
You knew how to buy a car.
Yeah.
What's something that you learned maybe that I don't know about? Give me your insight. What's something I may be surprised, or tell me
like about what, like from when I started here?
Yeah. Yep. Tell me something about this business that maybe you didn't know. What are you most surprised about?
This is about whenever you buy a car. I didn't know that the finance company doesn't actually give you the correct rate. They add points to it. See what that surprised me. I'm like, oh.
Yep. So that's so finance managers, they make their money on the spread. If you get
and I don't know anything like that.
Yep. If you get a 4%, we call it a buy rate, then you can mark it up generally 2% and sell it for 6%. Okay. Are there some states that you can't do that anymore, Joey?
I believe so. Yes.
I know. Okay. Here's something you probably didn't know. Finance managers get paid on selling service contracts. Some people call them extended warranties, but they're not warranties. Okay. They're service contracts. And in Florida, it's one price. In Georgia, you can mark that warranty up for whatever you can get somebody to agree to.
As long as the finance company
agrees.
Right.
Yep. Or if you can get them to pay cash for it.
True.
Yeah. So that's some of the that's on the car side of it. Now that really doesn't affect us that much here, but it is good to know those things when we're talking to when we're talking to the dealers. Do you and your team actually communicate with the customer via phone call?
We sure do.
Okay, tell me when that would happen.
Whenever they have a problem or they are, what's that word? They keep on asking like, hey, I want to call. We'll try to get them to answer through Messenger, but we will go to phone calls if needed.
So you pick up and you stop texting and start calling. Do you also communicate with the car dealership and the management team there?
We do. Whenever there's a problem with the BDC or the general manager just wants regular questions asked or answered, yep, we answer those too.
Communication is definitely key. What's something that, so do you agree? Who's the best salesperson you know?
Both of you guys.
Are you saying that because we put you on the show today?
No.
All right. So what's something you learned from us or that you already use, or something that you see us do that you want to do better? What's something that you know that we get right?
Selling.
Okay. What, anything specific?
Like, no, not really, just selling. Like
Selling?
Or getting people to follow what you have in your vision.
Okay. All right. Okay. Great answer, by the way. I let you struggle with it there for a minute, but for good reason. So vision, let's talk about vision. People will buy in, before people buy into your vision, they must first buy into you. Okay. So you can have a wonderful vision, but until they know that you're worthy of being bought into, they're not going to buy into that vision. Okay. So it's very important to make sure that you're worthy of being bought into. So like with you leading this team, you have a vision of how everyone should treat every customer, every situation. And this is a tough part about leadership and growth. Everybody's not going to do it as good as Kevin. Okay. Everybody's not going to handle it like Kevin without some coaching and leadership. So you have to have patience. Now, I've learned to be more patient than you and Joey. Okay. But now sometimes I lose my patience as well. But patience is very important when you're trying to build something, because here's the thing. If when we had 10 events, when we had only 10 events running, could you and me and Joey handle all 10 of those events and get the job done and set massive amounts of appointments?
Yes, sir. We sure could.
Okay. Could the three of us do 20?
No, sir.
Okay. So we then have to start adding people. And when we start adding people to help us, we have to learn. So here's the hierarchy. Okay. I'm CEO of all things. And then I have people plugged into me that can duplicate what I do. They're not going to do it as 100% as well. Okay. But if they can do 80% and I can get 10 people, now I'm doing 800% of what I can do by myself alone. So you have to look at your people out here and give them what they need and give them support they need so that you can get 80%. That's a good target. Okay. You need to get Jose to give you 80%. You think he can give you 80% of what you do?
I'll push 85.
85 out of him? Okay. Who else we got over there? We got let's bring Leverett. Ty. Bring Ty.
You know, another thing about DigiNinja, Billy, is that it's built by car people.
It is built by car people. Great.
For car people. All your other website chats that I've seen, I don't know that anybody that's ever sold a car has worked for them.
What's Chan saying? That's a very good point. So DigiNinja is built by car people for car people. So we've used every method. Make sure you get close, buddy. It's going to be, you might have to drop your seat down a little bit, because you really do need to be about, I don't know why.
About a fist away.
About a fist away if you can get there. Okay. So anyway, we have used several CRMs. Joey and I have used several CRMs and helped a lot of dealers across the country. And we found their CRMs lacking, so we built our own. and then the DigiNinja chat is built by car people, for car people. And I have a young man with me today, Ty Leverett. Make sure you speak right at the microphone. You got to eat that microphone, okay?
Gotcha.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, I can hear you. I'm making sure. Ty, how long have you been with the company now?
I'd say 10 or 11 months.
Okay. I know your family very well. I don't even know if I told you how well I know your mom and dad. Did they? I'm sure they told you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So from way back in the days of playing softball and coaching softball, played with your dad and watched your mom play a lot. Wonderful people, wonderful athletes. And so I was just curious of how you would come in and how you would act, because it's always fun or interesting to me to see how people's children react, to the same information that other kids react to. So, and I'm not calling you kid. How old are you now?
I'm 20.
Very. So you are. You're a kid. All right. What did you know about the car business when you came to work here?
Very little.
All right. Are you in college, or have you attended college? Any plans for college?
I'm still in college.
Are you? You go to South Georgia?
Yes, sir.
How many days do you go to college?
Nearly every day.
Okay. What are you studying in college?
Business, financial technology.
Awesome. Business financial technology. All right. What is business financial technology? What type of what's a career that would lead to?
Well, this is a very similar thing in that atmosphere, but yeah, BDC.
Okay.
I'd say is pretty comparable.
Okay, Business Development Center. So what's some things that have surprised you about being here? And by the way, this is just a conversation with us and Smith. Don't let the bright lights get you nervous. And don't worry about it. It's okay. You're always going to make mistakes. What have you learned since you've been here that surprised you?
I wouldn't say I learned it. It's just I saw it. It was the scope of how big this thing is. When you come in, you expect this just to be a thing, and it's not general until you actually see it. So if I were to go to a dealership and I were to message their Facebook page, majority of them don't invest what we have into this.
By the way, I want to mention, we have like 48 employees now. Those people who are plugged directly into me, Paul Sullivan, you report directly to Paul. So, I don't get to talk to you on a daily basis. I try to speak to people, but I did talk to Paul today. He said you're doing an amazing job. So he said that you're really showing some signs of wanting to take it to the next level. And that excites me, because you've been here long enough to see people who have made it and who have made it up the ladder. And then you've seen people leave. What's your plans? I know Paul did a secret test earlier, and either way is fine with me. I just want to see you improve. Do you see yourself being here long term, or do you?
I do.
Okay. So what's some goals that you have for this company and yourself?
I'd like to see us hit 100 events. I wouldn't mind selling a few, but you want personally, I wouldn't mind helping my parents retire, but that's about it.
That's awesome. At 20 years old, that's wonderful. And I'll tell you this: when I was 20 years old, I was running around playing softball, either at the same place or on the same team sometimes as your dad. Okay. I didn't have those kind of goals yet. Okay. I wanted to have fun. I was like Felipe. I wanted to have fun, play softball, and just enjoy life. Right. I didn't have sure, everybody says I want to be rich or whatever. So it took me a while to get that mindset. And I'll tell you right now that even though, it took me to age 33 before I really got dialed into being serious. So if you're serious right now, you can do it a lot faster, because you have so much more at your disposal, so much more you can use. But I have helped my family, and April we've helped our parents in ways that we've made their life a lot better financially, and that is very rewarding. That's the freedom I'm talking about. So those are great goals. I want to talk about the 100 events. When someone first comes to work here, I live and die by the big offer. I make big claims. You heard me talking to the dealer earlier, and I told you, and I tell everybody, this is not a little job in Douglas, Georgia. We're a nationwide country. We're a nationwide business. operating in 48 states. A lot of people don't believe the numbers I put up. Now, Joey, you may not know Ty or have been around him as much as me, but one thing I picked up on immediately, he's a very straightforward kid.
Yes.
Very straightforward kid. So you are patient before you make your decisions about what somebody says. Is that accurate?
I'd say so. Or at least I try to.
Yeah, and that's good. That's good.
Is this your Johari window? This Johari window?
No. I mean, maybe. Ty's very straightforward. What we call a straight shooter. He's not full of fluff and BS. Right.
I'd say so.
Okay, and he's very humble, which is all very good attributes, right? So, and what I'm getting at is when I the first time you heard me say we're a nationwide country, you know, we're the most effective product in the car business. You know, that we're helping thousands of car dealers across the country. Did that register as something that was real or believable?
Not initially. Then I talked to Jamie and some of the other guys, and I'd see the big picture you have with all the dealerships pinned, and it was just something you don't see, especially around here.
Yeah, it was hard to believe. You know, it was hard to believe that we've actually worked with thousands of car dealers, and I love the fact that this is such a good show, maybe my favorite show. So Ty's goal is for us to do 100 events, and you mean 100 events per week, right?
Yes, sir.
So, you know, October and November slows down. Every year it slows down a little bit. We're on pace to have a better November than we had last year, which is good, thanks to you guys. But with the election and everything, it slows down. I think we have 25 events running right now. So you're wanting to, and we've had as many as 50 or 60 events that you've been a part of. So he's wanting to double our business. I think that is amazing. Now, we'll say this, you can 100% be a huge part of that. Selling is hard, but it's simple. It's simple. You just have to believe in your product, okay, which you do now. You couldn't sell anything 8 months ago because you were figuring things out, okay? But now you believe in your product. You need to get attention from car dealers. All you have to do, Ty, get on LinkedIn, get on Facebook, be informative. I saw you making some posts, which is outside of your comfort zone. You're not you definitely weren't a Facebooker when you got here.
Never.
Okay. So that's okay. We're not going to, I wouldn't use Facebook unless it was, you know, so profitable. I would try hard to get my family to deactivate all of them. I don't think it's healthy for you, you know, for your
well-being.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's healthy for business.
Yes.
And people, 75% of the country is on Facebook. That's why it's so effective. 75% of the entire country has a Facebook account. We can reach them at any time. You're an expert at how to talk to these customers. You're an expert, man. So if we're doing 100 events per week, you need to sell a lot of them. Have you thought about a goal of how many you want to sell?
I'd ought to sell one initially, and then if I'm able to go further than that, just having the initiative to do that, I think. Yeah.
All right, here's how you're going to do that. I can help you sell one. Okay. Cooper's 21 years old. He might've been 20 when he started selling. He's knew less about, he learned the Facebook event sales in just a couple, just the same way you did. He wasn't an expert at it because, you know, he was my son. He took the initiative and got hungry, and you're hungry. That's the most important. That's something you can't teach.
That's right.
Okay. So if you're not hungry, you know, maybe you can pray for hunger, you know, but you got to be hungry. If you're hungry though, and then you become an expert at something, which you are. Now, here's all you got to do, Ty. Get on Facebook, be informative, keep posting. Are you on LinkedIn?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Send me or find the Billy Merritt page on there and, you know, put that as the company you work for, and then post on there. Dory posts on there. Just be informative. Show people what we do. Get attention. Eventually, you're going to get the attention of a car dealer or a general manager. When you get that attention, you can engage in conversation. Kevin had never sold anything. Now he's sold these. Cooper had never sold anything. Now he's sold events. Dory had never sold anything. Now she's sold events. You know, Paul had never, he hated Facebook, and now he's selling Facebook events, right? So it's very simple. Get attention, show them you know what you're talking about, and then with the first sign of adversity, ask for help. Joey, help me close this. Billy, help me close this. Nothing is more important than sales. Sales cures all. Okay. My number one focus every day is not on accounting. It's not on, Paul will tell you, it's not on payroll. You know, it's not on scheduling, because I understand I have people around me that's going to make sure the product stays the product. And I keep preaching to you guys, your most effective product in the car business. So my focus is on sales. You can stop whatever I'm doing, including this show, say, Billy, I got a guy who wants to buy a Facebook event, or Joy. Okay. So get attention, keep being awesome, write your goals down. I think you're doing an outstanding job, and I do appreciate you being. Did you believe what I said when I first got here?
No.
Okay. I love it. I love it. Paul, did you hear that? Do you believe that we have the most effective product in the car business now?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, buddy. I appreciate who you are.
Thanks, Ty.
Paul, you got a second? We're waiting on Paul. What do you think about that guy, Joey?
I like Ty. In fact, I was on one of Ty's pages today and was answered talking to a customer. Mm-hmm. He said, "Hey, Joey, how can I help? How can I do better?" Mm-hmm. Talking to them. So.
Paul, that might have been my favorite conversation I've had.
He's a very bright young man.
Now, see, Paul's just a natural, which maybe it's because Ty was so much bigger. He's a big, strong kid. You fit right up to the microphone. It may just be, you know.
I've done this before. Once or twice.
You know, we've had some people on here today. We were talking about it. You know, we're always selling something. This is a show about sales. We're selling ourselves and how we look. You know, even like right now, one of my rules is be the best dressed person in the room, and I'm the least right here. This, you know, it matters. It matters.
Yeah. What's going on over here? What's going on?
I thought it was a podcast. I didn't know it was a vodcast.
It's a vodcast.
Yeah, this is a vodcast. But, you know, it's important. You're selling to the people that report to you. Mm-hmm. You're selling your attitude. You're selling yourself.
Every day. Every single person sells themselves, whether they like it or not.
And so I want to remember Paul and Ty, Joey, are very similar in that I didn't call Ty a skeptic on here, but I think
alluded to it.
And
right.
Ty said, maybe you need to do a clip on this, put this conversation and then find where Ty said, I asked him, I said, did you believe what I told you when you got here? And Ty said, no. All right. So when I told you we had the most effective product in the car business, let me ask Joey first. Joey, before there was this building, okay, before we had a studio, before we had 48 employees, when I called you and said, Joey, I have a product. It's going to be the most effective product in the entire car business. Did you believe me?
Yep.
Okay. So Joey he's been believing in our abilities for a long time.
Right.
Paul, when I called you, I said, hey, me and Joey are doing this thing, and we have the most effective product in the car business. We're serving thousands of car dealers. It's going to keep growing. Did you believe me?
I said, I love you, Billy. I love Joey. No way.
Right. That's the same thing. The same thing Ty said. And then I asked Ty, do you believe, Paul, do you believe that, first of all, is it true that we run 50 and 60 events per week sometimes?
Absolutely.
Did you hear what Ty's goal was?
To sell 100 events?
No, he wants to get us up to 100 events per week.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Okay, and
he can help with that. Absolutely,
he sure can. Do you think that's obtainable?
Absolutely, yes.
You know, and that's so much more powerful when somebody like Ty, he's only 20 years old. When he sits there and he said I didn't see the scope of it. So if I can help anybody today, I want to help them in this way. Broaden your horizons. You know, get your thinking up. And I'm talking to me. I've called Joey before and said, Joey, is it just my thinking, or is my thinking too low, or is this crazy? He said, your thinking's too low.
And I say you're crazy.
Yeah.
So that's why this works. This works.
So where do you think? What do you think? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Hopefully retired.
You want to be retired in 5 years?
Why not?
Yeah, I'm cool, man. I'm cool with
Loaded
it.
with money,
Yeah.
going to every Chicago Cubs game ever.
Yeah.
Just kicking back,
Right.
enjoying myself. That'd be nice.
Do you think you can do it?
Absolutely. If we do what we say we're going to do, I mean, we've already grown so much in just a couple of years. We're such a small company, or a young company is what I should say. So as we continue to grow, I see that.
Okay.
Very possible.
Now I'm not looking for, hey, tell me, what I got right, but just what do you think? What do you think the keys are? And Joey, either one of y'all can both answer. What do you think the keys are? What have we gotten right? Why are we on this trajectory to having it where you can retire in 5 years? And Joey, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I gonna have 3 houses
3 houses,
and 10 million in the bank.
10 million in the bank. You think that's doable?
Absolutely.
Okay. What have we gotten right? What is it that makes us think that we can do these things?
Me?
Yeah.
What have we gotten right? Never, ever, ever stopping. I've called Billy relentless for a really long time. And you've actually kind of, shared that feeling, and you've made everybody that works here feel that way. We never stop. And another thing that we don't do is we don't give up on, if there's a problem, we're not going to hide. We're not going to avoid it. We're going to hit it head on. I think that's very, very crucial to our business. If a dealer, look, there's a lot of different variables that make this thing work. If a dealer doesn't work with us, it's very difficult for it to be successful. So if we find a problem early in the event, we can solve that problem and still pull it out and make it very successful for us in the dealership.
What do you think we got right, Joey?
Something that one of our mentors taught us, just to do whatever it takes to make it happen. I've talked to you a lot of times. A dealer would call and he'd want to do something that's kind of outside the box. And you said, tell him we're going to do it, and we'll just figure out how to make it work.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. So never stop. Okay. Be a problem solver. I'm listening to you guys, and do whatever it takes. I think that's key. And I know what we got right. And I'm not sure how we did this. I hope that it's true. Well, you know what? I believe it. I shouldn't say I hope. I need to get my thinking right there. I was slipping in my thinking, in my philosophy, because there's a principle that you get what you reap. So obviously I've reaped I've sown some very good vibes. I've sown some good information to you and Jeremy and Joey and the people. We got it right, man. We got the right people around us.
That's the one.
We got the right people around us. I mean, we could go on and on and on, bringing people on here to sit in this chair right here, and I'm amazed at how smart every one of them are.
Well, we have excellent training. We never give up on people, and even people that have left that have decided to leave our company, we still haven't we haven't given up on them.
No.
We hope that they do well. We hope that they return maybe one day, or, the ones that say, this really isn't for me, I want to be a nurse, then go be the best nurse there is.
Absolutely.
I mean, we support them 100%. So all of our employees, whether they're working for us now or have worked for us in the past, it's 100% support. But while they're working for us, they're all in.
You're exactly right. Speaking of all in, I wish I had a second camera, which we're going to have when we get the new studio
Yeah,
ready.
if Smith ever gets going on that.
Well, don't pile on too much on today, because right now he is so mad.
He is mad.
He took his microphone.
What's that
away.
you say, Smith? What's
can't,
that?
Can't hear him. Hey, it's been a great show. I do appreciate you guys getting on here. I hope that we helped some people today. I'm sure we did. The main thing is get the right people around you. Believe in people. Understand that before somebody's going to buy into your vision, they have to buy into you. Being relentless is a good thing. Never stopping. Being a problem solver. Surrounding yourself with good people, and duplicating. One thing that you've got to start doing is, because my delegation used to be Joey do this, Sarah do this, Smith do this, Jeremy do this. Now my delegating is Paul. Do this. So now, Paul, you have to delegate and use these people's strength, because we have some powerful people around us.
We really do.
Just learn to delegate. If you can get 80% effectiveness out of the people that plug straight into you, you can grow that to 10 people. That's 800%. Any parting words, Joey?
I think you've covered about everything.
Man, a few words. Paul's good at this. Any parting words, Paul?
If you want to sell more cars, Billy Merritt Marketing, we got you covered.
DigiNinja, the most effective product in the car business. We'll see you tomorrow. Winning together.
You read my mind.